Hey, how you doing? I'm going to do a series of videos on classic games that had a huge impact on me. You know, games that I played a lot, either been with, as a single player or with a group of friends. The first game in this series that I'm going to choose is Sensible Soccer. And the version that you're seeing on the screen right now is a Super Nintendo version. Is that version right there? The European Championship Edition for the Super Nintendo. But the first version that I played was actually a Mega Drive version. I know it came out before the Mega Drive. I think it came out on the Amiga. The information I've gathered through the internet, I don't know how accurate that is, but it states it came out in 1992 on the Amiga. Now I'm trying to think back when it came out on the Mega Drive, because I think it came out in '94. But my story anyway was, I'd played, actually it was Kick-Off that I played when I was young, and I had the Atari ST, and it was Kick-Off 1 and Kick-Off 2 that I played. That was a football game that I played all the time. And I'd never played Sensible Soccer until it came out on the Mega Drive. Now I do remember FIFA International Soccer coming out on the Mega Drive, and I remember thinking, when I actually saw the graphics for that, I actually thought it looked realistic, and that was the game I got for that Christmas. But I got to remember, I wasn't young when the Mega Drive came out. I was 19, 20 year old when the Mega Drive came out, so I got FIFA, and I remember taking it back to the store. I got it for a wee independent store. I took it back after a month, and I swapped it for Sensible Soccer, because Sensible Soccer came out at the same time. And I remember both getting, the same marks in the magazines. It was like 90%. And of course I went down the FIFA route, but I took it back and I got Sensible Soccer, because I had friends who had played Sensible Soccer, or different variations of Sensible Soccer, on their Amiga. And I remember them explaining to me, it's probably the most realistic football game you'll play, graphic wise, and the view, as you can see, isn't realistic looking, but the actual gameplay was realistic, in the sense that I think you had star players, is that they could turn, 3 times before then they would lose the ball, and your normal players couldn't turn as many times, and so all this came into the gameplay. And the beauty of Sensible Soccer, I believe when the Sensible Soccer first came out on Amiga, it was just a one-button game. That one button done the passing, it done the shooting, and it done the crossing, and it depended how hard or how long you pressed that button, and the variation of the direction. If you crossing it, and you peel back, it would, the ball would go high. But the Mega Drive version that I played in had 3 buttons. I think you had 1 button for a short pass, you had a shoot button, and then you had like a long pass. And also the direction helped that, if you peeled back at the right time, or you can, you place left or right at the right time, you can, could swerve the ball into the top corner or whatever. And I remember playing the Mega Drive version. I played it a lot, because the beauty of the Sensible Soccer was that you could create your own cups, and you could create your own leagues. So if you had a group of friends, even if you only had 3 as there, you could create a league just with 3 people. You could make it 2 games each, or 4 games each, so you could play all night in a league setup. And that was the beauty of the game, was the customization within it, and the amount of teams you had in it. I think this version here, which was probably the same version I had for the Mega Drive, over 150 teams. So there was tons of teams. There wasn't real teams in it. That was my team was Glasgow Rangers, and I think it was Glasgow Blue, and it never had the real players. It would change a couple of the letters in it, so you could kind of work out who your players were. But because I never paid for the license for the team, so the players would have a couple of letters different. what I'll do is I'll stop this video here and I'll show you the 360 version. Okay, here's the 360 version, and I don't know if you can pick up through it, but it's just a camcorder I've got at the screen here, how better the graphics are. I mean, it's clearer, sharper, and it keeps the same style of play and, you know, kind of feel, the same kind of feel with it as original. You know, they haven't got silly big heads, or, you know, they're not able to do, you know, fancy tricks or different tricks. It's the same gameplay. The version at the Xbox Live, what they put out was the 96-97 version, so it's going to have the players in it, and that was the Sensible World of Soccer. That was the version that they put it, you know, for players. So I think I saw that Holland scored. First it was Kluivert that scored. We'll see here when Germany score who it was. There you go, Klinsmann, or Klunsmann, but you can see how it's Klinsmann. And again, this is exactly like the other version, you know, custom leagues, custom cups. You choose how many players are in it. And also, I don't think I mentioned this, but you know, if there's only 3 of you playing this, you can actually put computer teams in there to make the league up. So you can fill it up, you know, either the league or the cup. But there's pre-installed cups in here already, you know, the European kind of cups, playing both legs home and away type of thing, and you know, the away goal advantage, and you had club teams and you had countries. And I've not played this for a while online, but I do remember when I first played this online was, you know, it was lag free. And I would probably have to put Sensible Soccer in there, and if I was to do a, you know, a top 10 list of games, I would say Sensible Soccer. It would be the older version that would be there, simply because of the amount of time I spent and the amount of fun that I had playing the Mega Drive version with my friends, and having a laugh, and being, you know, having it be quite serious. Because it was like real football in the sense that, you know, somebody could have the majority of the play, but not really, you know, not really able to score, and then you can just, you know, you get up front just that once and score that winning goal. And in a sense, it was, you know, like real football. Whereas the FIFA version, when the FIFA first came out, FIFA International Soccer, that seemed to go for more the graphics, rather than basic football, which, you know, Sensible Soccer provided. That you were able to pass and do intricate passing, you know, and try and look for that kind of spare man, so you've got the space, and, you know, so you could score. And with the Xbox 360 version, you know, with the online play, that just opened it up even more. So I hope you can actually see the difference with the graphics, with my camcorder. So thanks for watching, and look out for another classic game from me. Thank you.